Good morning. MSc Physics previous. In previous video, we have discussed differential amplifier. Today we will continue with it. In previous video, we have discussed the different differential amplifier circuit configurations. We know that based on the methods of providing input and taking output, differential amplifiers can have 4 different configurations. These 4 configurations are single input unbalanced output, single input balanced output, dual input unbalanced output, and dual input balanced output. Out of these 4 configurations, we will discuss only dual input balanced output in detail. Dual input balanced output differential amplifier. In dual input balanced output differential amplifier, two input signals V input 1 and V input 2 are applied to the bases B1 and B2 of transistors Q1 and Q2 respectively. The output VO is measured between the two collectors C1 and C2, which are at the same DC potential, and because of this equal DC potential at the collectors with respect to the ground, the output is referred to as a balanced output. The circuit diagram of dual input balanced output is shown here. We can see here that the two inputs V1 and V2 are applied to the base of the transistors Q1 and Q2, and the V output is taken between the collectors of the two transistors. Now, DC analysis. In DC analysis, we need to determine the operating point values, that is VCEQ and ICQ, and to determine the operating point values for the differential amplifier, we need to obtain a DC equivalent circuit. The DC equivalent circuit can be obtained simply by reducing the input signals V input 1 and V input 2 to 0. The internal resistances of the input signals are R input 1 and R input 2. Since the two transistors are identical, we can take R input 1 is equal to R input 2 is equal to R input. Since both emitter biased sections of the differential amplifier are symmetrical, we need to determine the operating point collector current ICQ and collector to emitter voltage VCEQ for only one section. Hence, we will determine ICQ and VCEQ values for one transistor only, and these ICQ and VCEQ values can then be used for other transistor also. This is the DC equivalent circuit of dual input balanced output differential amplifier. We can see here that V input 1 and V input 2 equal to 0 volt. And now we will apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to the base emitter loop of the transistor Q1. Applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, the equation can be written as R input IB minus VBE minus RE 2IE plus VEE equal to 0. The equation is minus R input IB minus VBE minus RE 2IE plus VEE equal to 0. but IB is equal to IE upon beta DC. Here beta is written as B. Now the equation becomes IE is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by 2RE plus R input divided by BDC. VBE is very less. VBE is equal to 0.6 volt for silicon transistors and is equal to 0.2 volt for germanium transistors. We know that BDC is very large for common emitter configuration transistor. Hence, R input oblique BDC is much less than 2RE. And equation 2 can be written as IE is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by 2RE. Since IE is almost equal to IC, we can write IC is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by 2RE. This is equation 3. From equation 3, we can see that the value of RE sets up the emitter current in transistor Q1 and Q2 for a given value of VEE. In other words, by selecting a proper value of RE, we can obtain a desired value of emitter current for a known value of minus VEE. This emitter current in transistors Q1 and Q2 is independent of collector resistance RC. Now we have to determine the collector to emitter voltage VCE. Let us assume that the voltage drop across R input is negligible and the voltage at the emitter of transistor Q1 is approximately equal to the VBE. The voltage at the collector VC can be written as VC is equal to VCC minus RCIC. The collector to emitter voltage VCE is equal to VC minus VE is equal to VCC minus RCIC minus VEE. So VCEQ is equal to VCC plus VBE minus ICRC. In this way, the operating point values can be determined for the two transistors by using the equations 2 and 4. To perform the AC analysis, set the DC voltages plus VCC and minus VEE at 0 and substitute the small signal T equivalent models for the transistors. The AC equivalent circuit of dual input balanced output differential amplifier is shown here. Here the two transistors Q1 and Q2 are replaced by T equivalent models. Now we will apply Kirchhoff's voltage law for the loops 1 and 2. Writing Kirchhoff's voltage equations for loops 1 and 2, we can write V input 1 minus R input 1 IB1 minus RE IE1 minus RE IE1 plus IE2 equal to 0. For the loop second, we can write V input 2 minus R input 2 IE2 minus RE IE2 minus RE IE1 plus IE2 equal to 0. Substituting IB1 is equal to IE1 divided by BAC and IB2 is equal to IE2 divided by BAC, we can write V input 1 minus R input 1 by BAC minus RE IE1 minus RE IE1 plus IE2 equal to 0. The second equation is V input 2 minus R input 2 IE2 by BAC minus RE IE2 minus RE IE1 plus IE2 equal to 0. The second term in both the equations is negligible. So we can write and rearrange the equations as follows. RE plus RE IE1 plus RE2 IE2 equal to V input 1. RE IE1 plus RE plus RE IE2 equal to V input 2. Solving these two equations using Cramer's rule, we can determine IE1 and IE2. So IE1 is equal to RE plus RE V input 1 minus RE V input 2 divided by RE plus RE square minus RE square. Similarly, IE2 is equal to RE plus RE V input 2 minus RE V input 1 divided by RE plus RE square minus RE square. So the output voltage is VO is equal to VC2 minus VC1. This is equal to minus RC IC2 minus RC IC1 is equal to RC IC1 minus RC IC2 is equal to RC IE1 minus IE2, since IE is equal to IC. Substituting the values of IE1 and IE2 in this equation, we can write the value of VO. So the output voltage VO can be written as RC RE plus 2RE multiplied by V input 1 minus V input 2 divided by RE plus 2RE. This is equal to RC upon RE multiplied by V input 1 minus V input 2. Thus, a differential amplifier amplifies the difference between two input signals. By defining VID is equal to V input 1 minus V input 2, we can write the differential gain as AD. So AD is equal to VO upon VID. This is equal to RC upon RE. Hence the voltage gain is independent of RE. Thank you, students.